Good morning, everyone. It's great to see you all here today. So I'll just get you quickly to stand up. It's all about fun and games today, and we'll get you to face the wall, the back wall. And I'll tell you about my effective development program while you're facing the wall, because you all look amazing from behind. No, seriously. I want you to just quickly think of two truths, because we tell the truth here, and one lie. All right? And I want you to physically walk away from your seat where you're sitting now and to tell somebody else that you do not work with your two truths and one lie, and see if you can guess each other's two truths and one lie. So I'll give you a few minutes now. Off you go. Okay, swap over when you're done. All right. That's enough lying to each other. Let's get back to our seats. Great. Just goes to show how much lies people like to tell. Some people are getting carried away. I own a rocket, I live in a mansion. Oh, you can have all of that in your dreams. All right. Kia ora koutou katoa, talo falava. My name is Janet Tautaiolefua, and that is French for Jones. Today, you won't remember Janet, but I purposely wore an orange coat because I wanted everybody to remember me. All right, not the construction worker that Wade said about me last time, and he wore his lovely tan-coloured pants. But then John, of course, our next speaker this afternoon, is wearing some bright red pants. So everybody got the memo. Carolyn at the back, our fusion lady, we're all in orange. So orange is the what is the new red. Fantastic. All right. So today, really, I'm here to tell you a little bit about my story and about the career development program that we put in place at Mercury Energy. By the way, Mercury Energy is coming to you live today. That's why the lights are on. All right. If they go off, it must be Genesis. And I see Tony, who used to be with Meridian, so it's definitely one of them, and it's not Mercury. All right. So today really is about the statement, which I think if you look at the agenda, it is all about people. All right. And we've got some fantastic speakers that are actually going to be talking to you about people. So let me just see if this is going to work. Thank you, Brooke.
No pressure, buddy.
No pressure, Brooke, we're watching you now. So, how fitting that today is actually about people, and I wanted to start off with this famous Māori proverb. All right, it's a very strong proverb that may ring loud to many of you. He aha te mea nui o te ao, he tangata, he tangata, he tangata. What is the most important thing in the world? It is the people, it is the people, it is the people. Go to our next slide, please, Brooke. Now, we work with some really crazy people, all right? And this is the group of people that we're talking about. You've got Batman, Friar Tuck, flying nuns. You can even see Mother Teresa Ruth in that picture as well. But these are the type of people we're talking about. These are the people that actually dictate, drive, and challenge us to do the things that we do in our contact centre. Next one, Brooke, thank you. Then, of course, you get some spiritual support from some so-called leaders in the business. But, of course, you only have one Friar Tuck, so I don't know if that's going to get too far. And then, of course, thank you, Brooke. At Mercury, Darth Vader, you can see the Joker there, are actually our GMs, and one of them is the executive manager. And they're the type of people that we're using to try and influence change in our business and drive an effective development framework that we want to put together for staff in the business. So I wanted to share with you some crazy pictures of these people, because these people actually are sitting properly here today in your tables. So can we have a show of hands how many customer service representatives are here today? CSRs. See, Mercury bought them all. Fantastic. Don't be shy, raise your hands, because this is all about you guys. Fantastic. What about team leaders? Yay. Managers, customer service managers. Great. Workforce managers. Great. Training. Oh, fantastic. Have we missed anyone? Recruitment? No, we're pretty much covered. Any aircraft engineers in here? No, definitely in the same forum, okay. Thank you, Brooke. Next slide. So really, what I wanted to show you is a bit of insight into what Mercury Energy has done around creating an effective development framework. And it has all been about asking people what they want, because I think that's the most important thing. So if we go to the next slide, thank you, Brooke. We actually went out, how did we get to this point? We actually went out to the staff, we had a change in management, and we had this bright-eyed North Shore boy come in and, you know, try and rule the roost. He's here today, still trying to rule the roost. I don't know if it's working, but he decided that, you know, Janet, go and ask the staff what they want to do with training next year. And I thought, oh, okay, I know what I want, but okay, we'll ask them. I really didn't want to ask, but I had to. So in the end, we went out to staff and we said, what would you like from the training team this year? And they actually came back and said, we want a career development program put in place. I thought, easy, I can do that. And they said, but they want to run it. And I thought, come on. That's why I get paid. I can do it. You just give me some ideas and I'll put it out there. So anyway, we put together an amazing framework for staff. And what it was we asked them what they wanted. They told us where they wanted to be in 12 months' time. You know that feeling when you hire staff and 3 months in they think, oh, okay, I don't think this role is for me, and then they leave. And how crushing that is for many of us, because we've just invested so much time. So it was trying to put a stop to that. It was trying to stop people from leaving the business. It was trying to get people excited about working as a CSR and looking ahead and thinking, oh, okay, I want to be a team leader, I want to be a senior CSR, I want to work in workforce, what do I need to do? So we put this amazing framework together. And the Career Pathway program, what it did was it opened the eyes up of many of our staff members. So if we go to the next slide, thank you. This is just a quick snapshot. It's really commercially sensitive information I really shouldn't be showing you today, but I thought, what the heck, Daniel's here. This is really our Career Pathway program that we implemented in the contact centre. And so what we've got is the dark blue queues that you see at the top. There are 5 queues of work there. And when I talk more about it later on, I'll get to the remarkable stage of it. These queues, people would actually join us at one point of the Career Pathway program in your new and move queue. And at that point in time, they can just choose to actually progress their way through the queues. But to actually get to the next queue, they had to meet some criteria. All right? And each time you met criteria, you actually went into a different queue and you actually got more money. Isn't that fantastic? That's what people are all about, right? Wrong. People were actually really into self-development. That's what people wanted to do. So this is just a snapshot of what our Career Pathway program looks like at Mercury Energy. So people could come in new, and then if they decided, oh, I'm ready for general inquiry, they would then take the next step into the Career Pathway program. And they'd have lots of different channels that they could actually move through. Now this pathway program actually has some meaning to it. So if you have a look here, it really is about a remarkable journey where you've got peaks where the dark blue is, and then you go down into the valleys. Because that's, you know, there are times when you're a CSR and you're working hard, but there are some skills that you need to kind of pick up on before you can actually go through to the next stage. And that's exactly what we did with the Career Pathway program. Thank you, Brooke. So what we needed to do was give an insight to our staff members and bring it all together for them and tell them how it was going to work. But pretty much they already had focus groups, and they told us, you know, we'd like to meet with our peers would go back to their peers and find out their ideas, come back, and then we'd put a good program of work together. So if we go to the next slide, Brooke, we had to get people first to look at themselves. So something which is really important is you can want to go ahead in life and you can want to do things that are going to, I guess, encourage self-development, but you've got to get people to look at themselves first, and this is what we had to get with our staff to a point where they actually said, am I actually ready to be into another queue, be put into another queue or transferred to another queue? So we created a skills matrix before they even started going on this career pathway journey. And we got them to actually have a look at the list of skills that they have and actually just rate themselves. So 1, they've never had training before, obviously would need to give them some training. If it was 2, they required to attend a refresher session, and because they had not carried out the task enough to perform it without continuous support. 3 is confident, 4 is competent, and then of course 5 is sweet as. Sweet As was really driven by feedback from your team leader and voice of customer. So we actually do go back to the customers and find out what they actually say about our CSRs. And we've had some fantastic results from that, which I'll share with you later on. So people had to look in the mirror. So today you're looking in the mirror and you see a pussycat on the outside, but when they look in the mirror, they're big and bad. And they actually can cope with a lot more. This is our CSRs we're talking about. So what we did was we got them to do the self-assessment, measure themselves on the skills matrix, and then actually say, do they have what it takes to go to the next step? And that was meeting some criteria. So thank you, Brooke. This is a snapshot of some of the criteria. So for example, if you joined our new move queue, or sorry, let's go to this one here, general inquiry. If you had a staff member that was looking to go into the general inquiry queue, they would actually then look and see if they met these, the list of criteria that we have here before they actually then book themselves into a training session. So we're saying here they had to achieve competent in all areas of the move queue. And remember, we're going back to the skills matrix. And then of course you've got lots of other little ones that are in there that you yourself can have in and what's important to your contact centre. This here is just a quick map of the career pathway and how it all works, and how, I guess what will happen towards the end is you'll get a copy of it and you can take it away and you can pull it to bits and you make it work for your business, but it's just to give you an idea of what the framework actually looks like and how you meet with your staff and at what point you book people onto training. So this is the remarkable journey. So our staff actually gave it a name, the Career Pathway Program, which was the Remarkable Journey. And it really was about meeting double cone peak, getting right to the top and actually being inspired to actually then take the next level of development in their Career Pathway Program. So we do go back to the Career Pathway and refer it to the Remarkables. And this is what it looks like in our contact centre. So we have a wall in our contact centre that has everybody on it. And on the wall, as you can see, as it peaks exactly at where those main queues are when they've got the potential to add more skills to their skill set. And then of course they can walk away with a completion certificate. And each stage they will go through, they'll just add stars, and then once they're fully completed, our contact centre manager will sign them off and they're ready to go into other departments, or they're ready for the next step, whether it be senior CSR or team leader. So we've had some great results that we want to share with you. We've been able to increase staff transfers within the business, and we've had some successful CSRs move through to operations, sales and marketing. And of course they've been on the program and they're able to take with them some really good transferable skills. So we're talking about assertive skills, negotiation, being able to problem solve, all of that is included. We've had more staff that have been achieving the incentive program since the program was implemented. And of course we've got high engagements in self-development, which I'm sure Terry will talk more about this afternoon. We've had an improved voice of customer results, percentage-wise, and then we've got lots of multi-skilled agents who can work in multi-channels. So we've got agents who are dealing with business and residential customers. At the same time, they're working on phone, email, and social media. So it's the future of contact centre, and we're very confident that this is the way to go. So I guess something that I want to share with you just before I end my little chat today is just to ask your staff what they want, and they will put up their hand and they will have ideas that they want to share with you. The most important thing is don't listen to the first things they say, because they're actually not what they're really saying. Dig deeper and ask more questions. And then what you will get is an end result of, thank you, Brooke. You'll get some great teamwork in your contact centre. And I want to leave you with this really short quote that I found this morning on my way here. It says, every individual in your contact centre has a purpose in life. During their time in your contact centre, what your role is to help them discover their gift. It's to make sure that you work to develop it. And it's also getting you to a point that they understand the meaning of that development and they share it and give it away. So your life has a purpose and your story is important. Your dreams count. Your voice matters. So you were put in a role to make an impact. And I encourage you to go and do that. Thank you.